Good to see you.
Good to see you. It's been a little bit, huh?
I know. I was at my little vacation upstate. I had to take a little mental break there for a while.
Is
Um,
that what they're calling rehab these days?
Hoped you
I'm
wouldn't say
kidding.
the word, but that's exactly it.
Oh.
And no, it wasn't even my family that was concerned about me. It was actually a homeless man that I encountered on the street who said he thought that I had a problem as I was wandering around barefoot in an alley just looking for I was looking for some barefoot, but I didn't want to pay for it because I spent all my money on barefoot, so I thought maybe I'd get lucky, find some in the street. But instead I got sent away. um,
Do
it's
you
all right.
talk to homeless people often?
Well, when I'm looking for alcohol in the street, so yeah, I guess pretty often, yeah.
Okay, sure. Should we get to the news, sweetie
Let's get
poo?
to the news. Okay, so a Gym Lives Matter bro test was held on the streets of Los Angeles last week, and it was organized by YouTuber Steve DeLeonardis, I think, and his friends as a call for government officials to allow gyms to open back up. And they yelled their message about the importance of gyms for our physical health to hundreds of unmasked protesters carrying signs saying things such as Big Lats Matter and Free Bill Cosby. And I agree with everything that was said during this event. Gyms are not just important for physical health, but for mental health as well. Okay? Now, I personally, I own a shake weight, so I don't need to go to the gym. But what I do need is to see big veiny meat hunks on a regular basis. You know, whenever I used to venture over to River North, I would see boys who were so bulging. They looked like angry orange Michelin men. But not anymore. And you know, with the Christopher Columbus statue gone, my my spank bank is running a little low. So I agree with Steve. We need to open gyms back up immediately and put Bill Cosby back on stage where he belongs.
I'm glad you said it, Karen. Now, this is a little bit somber, so are we ready to bring as my son says, the vibes down?
Wait, let me open my seltzer. Well, it's not really seltzer. This is what they'll let me have because I get the shakes otherwise. So it's
Oh, you get the shakes with your little shake weight. I
okay.
made
Now
a
I'm ready.
joke.
Now
Karen
I'm
made a
ready.
joke. Anyway, so this is sad. The first dog to contract COVID has died. Now, Karen, this really did it for me. I have to be honest. We need a cure. As you all know, as you, our loyal viewers know, I am a mom first, a Republican second, and a dog lover third. Okay? So it broke me. It broke me harder than my beautiful, talented son, Kyle, broke my eat, play, love wine glass, which you know was my most prized possession. I know,
Oh,
Karen, I know, and I've seen the tweets, you viewers at home, wondering where my precious little wine glass was. Well, my beautiful boy had my husband Keith pitch it to him like a baseball, and Kyle, he just swung at it and shattered it, all because I tried to send Kyle to a rehab program that takes young boys to climb Machu Picchu if they are addicted to marijuana and masturbating. Now, I thought that Kyle would want to spend some time with some like-minded boys climbing Machu Picchu, and it was $50,000. So that was a waste. I shouldn't be punished for being a good mom. Anyway, please keep that dog's family in your prayers.
God, I will. Oh, I can't believe that even though this is a hoax, they're killing dogs. The government is now killing dogs to pretend
Killing?
like the coronavirus is real.
Is there no peace? Have you no? Leave the dogs alone.
Well, Joe Biden announced his running mate today, Kamala Harris, who would be the first woman of color eh, to hold the office of vice president. But you know, if I were Biden, I would personally be keeping women as far away from the Oval Office as possible. not because I'm a sexist or anything, just because it means there's less of a chance for another one of those pesky sexual assault allegations. But I guess nobody would really care anyway.
You know, Karen, I'll be honest, I feel much safer being governed by people within the police state. So,
As do
yay!
I. I am so excited for more cops. That's
More
what we need.
cops.
Really read
Run
the
the
room.
country. Anyway, um, speaking of broken things, Simon Cowell broke his back recently, and I have to wonder, is it because he carried that American Idol show and he was so grossly underappreciated? I mean, Karen, I'll be honest, he was the star of that show and a star of my couple of my not husband approved nighttime dreams.
Karen.
He's at the top of my hall pass list, Karen. I'm going to be honest. If he and I were together, I would simply expect him to be mean to me rather than the fun surprise of hostility from my family here. I'm just kidding. My life is beautiful and perfect, and I'm not sexually unsatisfied at all.
Gosh, I do love Simon Cowell. I still love him even after all those unanswered American Idol videotape auditions I've sent to him, and I continue to send to him.
You can send him tapes of yourself? Don't tell me that, Karen, because I will. Don't you tempt me.
The FBI is looking into me for some of the tapes I've sent Simon Cowell, so I wouldn't recommend that route unless you want a whole legal battle. Anyway, U.S. coronavirus cases have now topped 5 million, with over 162,000 deaths. Now, I have an idea about how to make all this a little less grim. Every millionth person to get coronavirus should win free sourdough bread for life. And it wouldn't even cost that much because they probably wouldn't live that long anyway, right? So that would be cute. A confetti raining down. You have COVID. I think it would be great.
I think that's adorable. Now, Karen, I have to say, as another update, I'm going to keep my voice down a little bit as sports are being canceled at rapid rates. And I have to tell you, tensions are racing in my house. I have never seen Keith so upset. I mean, I've never seen Keith express an emotion at all. All he does is sit around and complain about the NBA bubble. And I don't know what the NBA bubble is. Are they putting the NBA in a bubble?
Is it like
Like
the
that
Wizard of
movie
Oz?
with the boy with the bubble?
Oh, the boy with the bubble. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not,
what I
no,
think.
I don't know.
Is that the players are in little bubbles? And if so, can I buy a personal bubble to put Kyle in so he doesn't age and stays the way he is forever?
No.
I'm kidding. But really, Keith needs sports. He needs to go to the bar with his friends and loudly throw pretzels at the waitresses who are taking too long to get his next round of Coors Light. And I usually like to sit in the corner and read my little Oprah self-help book, and then drive Keith's little drunk self home. I do that, Karen, to make sure he doesn't cheat on me.
Oh, wow. Safety and security, peace of mind. You have got it all figured out, Karen.
Karen, it's my favorite date night.
All right, let's see what's next. Oh, it's a segment we haven't done in a little while. How about a little bit of a Can I
speak to your manager?
That was very off. So this week, I'd like to speak to the manager of TikTok. On August 6th, President Trump signed an executive order which would ban TikTok from the US starting on September 15th. Now, this action comes from fear from President Trump that ByteDance, which is the Chinese parent company of TikTok, is using the app to steal data from Americans.
Both Microsoft and Twitter have expressed interest in buying TikTok's US operations, the hope being that President Trump will change his mind if the US operations are run by a US company instead. Jobs, right? But still, that's not a certainty. The way I see it, there's only one option to win back the president's trust. I have watched enough rom-coms to recognize a scenario like this. When Harry Met Sally, 27 Dresses, Clueless. The two characters always hate each other at first, but then they're forced into a situation where they have to be close together and realize that they're perfect together.
ByteDance is planning to sue President Trump for the executive order, and a trial seems like the perfect opportunity to be in close quarters. So, Mr. ByteDance, maybe one day during a recess, go to McDonald's for lunch and order a quadruple quarter pounder with only mayo. You'll turn around and see Donald Trump, slightly stunned because he was about to order the exact same thing. Perhaps you're not so different after all. And maybe on the walk back to court, it starts pouring rain. So you grab his tiny hand and rush into a nearby alley for shelter. You see that the rain has pushed his combed over hair out of place, revealing that he is almost completely bald. He starts to cry, ashamed for anyone to see him like this. But you brush those remaining yellow wisps behind his ear and tell him he's beautiful. And you share a passionate kiss, and he bursts into the courtroom, demanding the executive order be canceled.
As long as you do that, Mr. ByteDance, TikTok will be saved. That was beautiful.
That's it. That's all you'd have to do. So let's hope for the best.
Hopes and prayers.
Hopes and thoughts and prayers. Big time. Big prayers, Lord. I cannot lose TikTok, okay? It's the one strand of happiness that I get every day. Thank you for joining us on Cul de Sacing with Karens. We will hopefully see you next week, unless I decide to go on another little alley escapade, as my calls it.
Goodbye, you cuties.
Bye.